Alright, so everyone watching this video probably already knows who iDubbbz, the Content Cop, is, but for those who don't know, Content Cop is a series made by iDubbbz where he criticizes YouTubers or content creators who usually do scummy things. Every point of criticism he makes is backed up with a significant amount of evidence. Recently, every new Content Cop released is treated as a community event on the internet, getting millions of views on the first day of upload as well as reaching the front page of Reddit. Now, as someone who watches the Japanese side of YouTube quite a bit, I gave it a thought for a second and asked myself, do we have a Content Cop equivalent on the Japanese side of YouTube? So first of all, for all of you who are asking, what's the Japanese side of YouTube? You know, all those foreign YouTubers and YouTube Rewind that no one really knew about? Well, I knew them all. So I know it's not that great to compare people in such a way, but after maybe 3 minutes of thinking about it, I thought, I guess we have someone who's pretty close to the Content Cop iDubbbz, and this content creator is called PDR. Similarly to iDubbbz, PDR has many different series on his channel. Both employ crude humor, black humor, and slapstick comedy. iDubbbz has crappy Kickstarter, bad unboxings, and many other videos. PDR has annoying convenience store customers, as well as series going over how it's like being biracial in Japan. He also does skits on his channel. However, unlike iDubbbz, who makes half-an-hour videos, which he heavily hits the subject of the Content Cop, PDR might talk about a mobile app a YouTuber released and may say a few negative things about it. Or he may pass very brief criticism during some of his skits. Nothing too major. So from my point of view, oh look, a personal opinion, I don't think he really wants to stir drama with other YouTubers, but that said, in one case he made a series of videos criticizing the content of the creators Charisma Brothers. Now, when I use the term criticize, I use it very lightly. When I explain what happened, you will probably have the reaction, wow. And this is what they call drama in Japan. Even the biggest drama channel in Japan, drama channel in air quotations, rarely covers YouTubers from this network on his main channel out of fear. When he does cover these YouTubers from this network, he does so on his second channel and does not fully mention their name. However, that's not the case for P Go Hard or Go Home DR. He uploads his video on his main channel as well as shows clips from the Charisma Brother video in his. Now, in Japanese YouTube, for you seems to be pretty non-existent. It is really rare to see people use clips of other creators without their permission, so this was quite surprising to me when I saw PDR's video for the first time. The video PDR made against the Charisma Brothers was him exposing, air quotations again, the Charisma Brothers for not being able to speak as much English as they portrayed. I know, spicy stuff. The Charisma Brothers made a few how to speak English videos and portrayed in their videos that they were good in English. All PDR said was, hey, it's alright to make mistakes while speaking English, especially when you're learning, but when you're in a position of teaching it to people, you shouldn't be making as many mistakes as you guys are making. And just to add, okay, PDR was not making fun of their accent or intonation whatsoever. He was just pointing out some very basic grammar mistakes. And he also just said, hey, you guys have a spelling error in your channel banner. So you would think, wow, how can anybody be offended by this? The dislikes he got would prove otherwise, and he got some harsh comments on Twitter. That said, the Charisma Brothers responded in a good way. None of that attacking PDR back or trying to refute arguments against them. They played along and made a somewhat comedic video out of the whole situation, which was an appropriate response in my opinion. Now, these remarks made by PDR are by no means comparable to those hard-hitting remarks by the Content Cop iDubbbz. However, behind the scenes, the following was going on. The network the Charisma Brothers is part of is called YUJSTER, and it was contacting the network of PDR, which is called Genesis 1. Each time PDR took a small jab, small criticism in his videos against content creators of YUJSTER or the YUJSTER network itself. So if I recall correctly, this is the first time he made a full-fledged, again, quote-unquote exposed video on a YUJSTER creator, and YUJSTER wanted the video down. His manager was preventing this from happening, however. That said, even though Genesis 1, again PDR's network, agreed to not interfere with his content and ideas, his manager told him to discreetly take down the video in a few months. In the end, he decided to leave his network. For a more detailed explanation on why he left, because it's not only this, I'll be leaving a link to his explanation video in the description section below. He also heard through the grapevine that YUJSTER said that since he was no longer in a network, they can easily take down his video. No evidence for me to back that up, so it's what he heard and what he said in his video. He makes it clear it's what he just heard and no proof behind that. However, to test this claim, he uploaded a video in which he joins the Charisma Brothers fan club while showing content that is hidden behind a paywall. The video was promptly taken down by PDR made a follow-up video explaining that he was just testing the waters and seeing how much power actually had. So the title of this video may be quite clickbaity. But to answer the question, is PDR the content cop of Japan? I would say no, and even if he wanted to be, which I doubt he would, it would be quite difficult for someone to make content cop-esque videos in Japan for the following reasons. Here's for a quick lesson on why no noteworthy drama really happens between YouTubers in Japan. So from Social Blade, I've highlighted in yellow content creators that I know are part of the network. Since they took down their option to see which network YouTubers are in, it's not 100%, but from what I recall, this data should be pretty accurate. I then circled in black content creators that are super friendly with content creators in I then crossed out in red all the content creators who would probably never be involved in drama, because they either make music videos, cooking videos, or they cater to a very different audience, such as the case of J-vloggers and kids channels. So you might be looking at this and feel, oh snap, no more names, and you're right, and it's for this reason it's very hard for a content cop equivalent to emerge, because people seem to be very friendly with each other and don't really want to start drama or expose others that may lead to ruined friendships or make it awkward when they meet each other up. Just as a disclaimer, people believe that YouTube has become too family friendly in Japan because of but to be honest, I think that no one could deny that they played a huge role to make YouTube super mainstream in Japan, and overall the creation was a positive thing. So to summarize everything, PDR is probably not the Japanese YouTube equivalent of content cop, but if one were to emerge, it would probably be him. It is just very difficult to make such a video because fair use rules do not seem to apply on Japanese YouTube. It would be hard to make videos without showing clips of what you want to expose. And also recently, when content creators in Japan are under fire, it's because of actions they did in their personal life off camera, not stuff they've uploaded, so it's even harder to make a video on it. As tame as it is, the PDR and Charisma Brothers saga was the biggest drama between two content creators on the Japanese side of YouTube. And for those who were following the situation real time, it was clear that it was the super fans who were just amplifying the situation, even though the two content creators didn't really want to stir too much drama. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and consider subscribing for more content. Thank you for sticking till the end of the video, have a nice day, and see you next time.